What's up, goodies? Welcome back to your girl channel and to my kitchen, How to Cook. And today we're making Jamaican brown stew chicken in the kitchen, fast, easy and simple. Make sure you subscribe, goodie, if you have not already, and turn on your post notifications so you won't miss any other upload. And for all I'm returning goodie, on a don't know son of girl loving her. On the ready for cook? Come on, let's cook. Okay, goodies, come on, let's cook. Now we have our chicken drumsticks here that has been washed nice and clean with salt, lemon juice and vinegar. I did take off a half portion of the chicken skin. I'm going to leave some on so that when I fry my chicken, the moisture is still locked in and the chicken won't be dry. All right, so make sure you keep some of the skin on, or if you like, you could take it off, your choice. Now to that I'm adding some vinegar because y'all know that I love my vinegar in my kitchen. I add a little bit of salt to it, and then I'm going to do a combination of the black pepper as well. Now I did add some garlic powder, and I do like to be generous with my garlic powder, and then I do about a half amount of the onion powder to the mix. Okay, now in addition to all of that, I'm tapping it up with some flavor. So I'm adding some powdered ginger here, and then I'm also adding some all-purpose seasoning. I'm using the Maggi. You could always substitute that out for whatever you like in your kitchen. Okay, now what you want to do to add more flavor is to add some chicken season. If you have that, you could add it. If not, you could skip it out and use something else. I'm using the Ocherios chicken season here. Why? Because I love Ocherios everything. Now we're adding some chopped garlic here. Of course, you could use fresh. And then I'm adding some green seasoning here. And the green seasoning I'm using here is in the bottle. You could make your own. I'm also adding some jerk season here. And I'm adding about a teaspoon of pimento seeds or pimento berry. Now you want to go in and add some brown in here. I'm just being generous here, but don't do like me though. You want to measure this thing, right? Add about a tablespoon to get started. Now you want to go in and give it a nice little mix in here. Okay, just be sure that whatever you do, you season up your chicken real good. Now some people don't like season up chicken too much, but in my kitchen we're gonna season it like that. Now sometimes, y'all, I do go in and add some paprika, right? That's all right. Now I'm going to show you that it don't make a difference even when you add your paprika. It doesn't even give it that much flavor. It just adds color, but it doesn't make a difference whether you add the paprika or not. You're going to be just fine. In general, you want to make sure so your chicken look pretty much like that even before it touches the heat. It's well seasoned and ready to be cooked. You could go ahead and marinate that for a little while, but for me, we're going to sit to the side for 30 minutes and get started. Now in a pot here, I'm adding some oil. Now before I cook my chicken, I always like to go in and do my plantains. If I'm doing plantains, don't ask me why, but it is something that I've been doing for a long time. I always fry my plantains in the oil before I actually start frying the chicken. Now if you don't have plantain, you may say, you could just go ahead and just start frying up your chicken. It doesn't make a difference, but like I said, whenever I'm doing brown stew chicken, 90% of the time I always go and fry the plantains first, and then I go in and start the chicken. In my mind, I think it gives it a nice little sweetener in the aisle, right? But yeah, we're going in and we're going to fry these plantains up. I did also make some rice and peas, you guys. I didn't go ahead and show you guys that, but you will see it at the end of the video. But I'll definitely put a link down below in the description, so that way you guys could go ahead and make up your rice and peas recipe if that's what you choose to do with your brown stew chicken, right? If that's what you feel to have with your brown stew chicken. Now my oil is still beautiful and nice and hot, and my fire here is at a medium heat. Now I'm going in and I'm just putting my chicken in. You don't want to cook or fry your chicken at a high heat because it's going to burn. Okay, now we're just going for color here. And as you can see, I didn't take any of the oil out. I just kept the oil that I used to fry the plantains, you guys, okay? So after I had it all my chicken drumsticks here, and you guys, you don't have to use chicken drumsticks, you know. You can use just about any part of the chicken that you like. It's your choice. But because I had so much drumsticks in my freezer, I decided to just go ahead and use what I had, okay? Now, about 3 minutes in, I went in and I turned the drumsticks on the other side, like you see me doing here, just to give it color. Of course, you don't want to overcook it because you're definitely going to be simmering this thing, okay? Now, just be sure that you get the chicken a nice little color here. Just continue to turn it on both sides. I did do 3 minutes one, 3 minutes the other, and then I kind of went in and kind of give it a little turn here and there to make sure that everything was kind of nicely coated. Now you guys, be sure that this thing doesn't boil, okay? Because sometimes when you fry your chicken, it has a tendency to boil. That is why you want to make sure that your oil is nice and hot, okay? Just like I'm doing like right here. Just be sure that you follow the steps, you guys, and you will have the most perfect Jamaican style brown stew chicken drumstick in the kitchen every time straight. And just be sure that you guys are thumbsing up these videos, because this is how you support me, your girl, all right, goodie? And this is how the channel of a girl. So go ahead and show your love and support. Now, what you want to make sure that you have is your seasonings here. I have scallion and thyme, and I have a hot pepper here. It's not scotch bonnet, but we're going to make this one work. We have tomatoes, bell peppers, and I have a lot of onions here. Now, the onions of your choice is your choice. It doesn't have to be the one that I'm using, but just be sure you have onion to the recipe. Now, I'm going to add some ketchup. Ketchup, you guys, is totally optional. You don't have to use ketchup, but in my Jamaican kitchen, Mama always add some ketchup to it. So I'm going to follow Mama recipe and style, because it gives the chicken a nice little flavor, okay? Now, after the chicken is nicely brown, just like I wanted it to be, not bun up, but nice and brown, we're going to go in and you're going to add your seasonings to the top of your chicken, just like so. Okay, and again, your fire is still at a medium heat. Now, for me, I always like to season everything. So I went back and sprinkled a little bit of whatever kind of season I wanted to use, and just sprinkle on top of the veggies. This is the marinade from the chicken. We're not going to leave that out. We're just going to wake it up with some water, you guys. I had it about maybe a cup and a half of water, but based on how much chicken you are going to make, you may want to add more or less, okay? Now you want to go in and just pour that goodness all over that chicken and that veggie. And then I went in and I added the ketchup. And again, you do not have to add ketchup to it. But in my kitchen, you guys, I love ketchup, okay? So I did go in and add about 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. And that was it. I covered it up and let it simmer for about 30 minutes. After 30 minutes on medium heat, I came back. And my chicken, my brown stewed chicken was simmered, you guys. And look at the gravy, okay? Look at the gravy. Everything has come together nice and pretty and beautiful, okay? And you are going to love this recipe. I'm kidding you not. Look at that. That is amazing, you guys. Amazing. Alright, goodie. So now that we are done here, of course, you know, I couldn't go out without putting this on a plate, right? And again, I'm having this with rice and peas, and I will definitely put a link down below so you guys could go over and copy and paste that recipe so that you could have the most perfect rice and peas in your kitchen. But we're gonna go ahead and put this on a plate. Alright, fast, easy, and simple, you guys. Fast, easy, and simple. Okay, goodie. Yes, we are done here on the plate bowl. The gravy is nice and rich and thick. The chicken is really tender, filled with nothing but flavor. I did make some cabbage with carrots and some cranberries and tomatoes as a side. because that's how my family love it. My family prefers to have raw vegetables instead of steam one. So that's what I did. And as you guys could see, the plantains is added to it. The rice and peas turn up mad loud, and it down below. Go ahead and click the link, boo, because you don't want to miss out on that one day. But guess what? Go ahead and share this recipe. Tell a friend for tell a friend. Bring them come goodie and send them come. Because what? May I wait. And when you get done doing all of that, tell me what you want to see me cook next in my kitchen. And remember, as always, from my kitchen to your kitchen, enjoy.